With over 30 years of WrestleMania, WWE's biggest show of the year is bound to have loads of references, nods, and Easter eggs to wrestling's past. So many that even the most eagle-eye fan might have missed just a few, which is where this video comes in. So without further ado, here are some hidden things you might have missed during WrestleMania weekend. Starting off with NXT Takeover, Gargano vs Ciampa was a rage-fueled brawl, so if you wanted to channel someone, who better than Stone Cold Steve Austin? Which is probably why towards the beginning of the match, Johnny Gargano hit Ciampa with a Lou Thesz press, which also honors Lou Thesz, and followed it up by stopping a mud hole. Moving on to the WrestleMania pre-show, good old JR and Jerry the King Lawler returned to their post at commentary. Goldust wore a polka dot jumpsuit, no doubt in tribute to his father. Several fans, like this one here, cosplayed as famous wrestlers, including Ric Flair, Bret Hart, and The Undertaker. Lillian Garcia made a quick return as a ring announcer. Beth Phoenix referred to Tyson Kidd but as TJ Wilson, and you could also spot what looks like Maria Menounos right here. Next, on to the Women's Battle Royal, and no, we're not talking about a nod to the Fabulous Moolah, but Bayley coming out to the ring wearing garb that's very reminiscent to Rocky Maivia's original gear, and wearing clothes inspired by her wrestling heroes is definitely something that Bayley has been known to do. Onto the main show, Seth Rollins attempted to powerbomb Finn Balor onto the guardrail outside the ring, which is just what Rollins did to Balor during their SummerSlam match to crown the first ever Universal Champion that resulted in Finn getting sidelined with injury and making him relinquish his title. Charlotte Flair came out with 3 male escorts dressed as gladiators. Now this is a throwback to when Sasha Banks, Alexa Bliss, and Charlotte herself came out with Triple H at WrestleMania 30, which was also in New Orleans. Also, Charlotte made her entrance starting out with her father's theme music before the song switched to her normal remixed version. Ronda Rousey came out as usual with her Rowdy Roddy Piper inspired logos, even wearing it as her in-ring attire in addition to wearing Piper's leather jacket as she made her entrance. And when Shane made his entrance and walked over by his family, you can spot what looks to be a rare Linda McMahon sighting right here. Daniel Bryan made his big return in New Orleans at WrestleMania, and that's also where he won his main event at WrestleMania 30. The Undertaker's hat and coat appearing in the middle of the ring was a reference to the previous year's WrestleMania 33, where he left his items before making his exit to close the show. The video vignette that opened up the AJ Styles Nakamura match surprisingly had a lot of images and history of the two men from their time outside of the WWE. When Styles came down to the ring, his infographic erroneously called him the Universal Champion. Nakamura wearing a bit of gold in his costume is something that some wrestlers do when going for a major belt, such as Bayley when she won the NXT Women's title and the Macho Man who wore gold during his title match at WrestleMania 8. The announce team also made reference to the rules in Japan being stricter when it comes to punches, which is said to be the reason for AJ developing the phenomenal forearm. Speaking of which, Nakamura and Styles trading forearm shots is a classic New Japan spot. On to the Raw Tag Team title match, when Sheamus and Cesaro came to the ring with their Mardi Gras crew, Corey Graves made a reference to Rex Manning Day, which comes from the movie Empire Records and is celebrated on April 8th, which was the same day as that year's WrestleMania. And finally, Brock Lesnar busting open Roman Reigns was a direct callback to when Brock did the exact same thing to Randy Orton during SummerSlam 2016. Now, might I point out that if you want to say that Asuka's streak ending at WrestleMania in New Orleans is reminiscent of another streak ending, well, you're totally wrong because that never happened. Anyway, what are some other Easter eggs that I might have missed? Let me know down in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and this has been Dave Knows.